And squirrels. Today we're looking at the ending of our story. So let's have a read through what we've written so far. Now your story will be different because you would have chosen different characters, maybe a different place where your animals or your character lives. My character is Nuala the seahorse who lives on the Great Barrier Reef. So let's have a read through as we've written the beginning and the middle. Once upon a time there was a new seahorse called Nuala who lived in a pouch. I want to swim. So Nuala took 2 strokes to the hard coral. Who are you? Said Clownfish. Pouch, said Nuala, and he jumped back in. But soon he wanted to swim. He took 5 strokes to the seaweed. Who are you? He said, Seahorse. Pouch, said the 2 seahorses. Now, I have written some with you and I have continued to write the middle part of my story. Now, there is no expectation to write this by yourself. You can ask your grown-up to help you. You could have a go at sounding out some of the words in your story and maybe drawing the rest. We would be doing this all together if we were in school, so don't worry about writing the whole story. You could ask your grown-up to write it while you narrate it to them. You could tell the whole story and your grown-up can write it for you, and then you can read through it together and maybe add some actions like we did in our story map. See if you can add your own actions to your story, and if you can send it in so that we can see, that would be great. So let's just have a quick look at the ending of this story. So Nuala, on his journey, met lots of different animals under the sea. But when he finally meets a seahorse who looks just like him, he felt a bit scared. But then they both looked at each other and laughed because they found it funny that they were both scared of each other. After that, they become friends. And so instead of going back to their pouches, to their papas, they decide to play together. So at the end of the story, at the end of my story, the papas ask Pouch, and both baby seahorses say, no thanks. The end. So my story ends with happy seahorses. Have a think about how your story is going to end. Is it going to be a happy ending? Will your character make a new friend? So let's have a look at writing this last sentence. Pouch, said the papas. No thanks, said the baby seahorses. So, Pouch, said the papas. Let's start there, shall we? So that's 4 words. Remember, we're going to try and stretch our words so that we can hear all the sounds, okay? Pouch, said the papas. Pouch, said the papas. Pouch. So we're stretching the word pouch. Have a think of what that might begin with. That's right. Pouch. Now remember, finger spaces between all our words. And remember, there are some red words which we can't sound out, but we just need to know them, so we have to practice and practice. So, pouch. Said the, it's one of our red words. Pouch said the papas. Papas. Pa, pa, pa. Papas. And they're asking a question, so it's a question mark there on the end. What do the baby seahorses say? No thanks. They're too happy and having so much fun in the sea that they don't want to go back to their pouch. No thanks. No thanks. Said the baby seahorses. Seahorses. That's a bit of a long word, but if we stretch it out, we can try and hear the sounds that are in that word. No thanks, said the baby seahorses. What do we need to do at the end of our sentence? That's right, a full stop. The end. So that's the end of my story. We would love to see how your story ends. And don't forget, there is a template on the website if you would like to turn your story into a book.